Hello everybody, this is Femi. Um, I thought should do this video to explain what's been going on and why I'm about to make a decision, or why I'm about to implement a decision that I've made. I understand that this is not necessarily going to make a lot of you very happy, but I'm hoping that by explaining what's been going on and the sequence of events that led to me making this decision, you'd at least be able to understand and hopefully appreciate why I'm having to do what I'm going to do. To go straight to the point, many months back, specifically in May, on May 20th, I released my latest full-length video. That's the video, I think it was titled No Equipment 30-Minute Workout. And, I had it out for a few days. The video was doing great. But almost immediately I got an email from YouTube saying that there was a content ID match. Now, as you know, and if you recall, this was a recording of a class. It's a regular class, and we just recorded it and posted it. So they're saying that one of the songs that was played in the mix that we used in class, there's a content ID match, and someone is making a copyright claim on it. At that point, I was advised that I had two options. One option was to not do anything, in which case this grants that person authority to place advertisement materials on my video, and whatever revenue is generated from those ads, all of it will be going to that claimant. So for this few seconds of a play mix, because this was a few seconds, I think, in the warm-up session of the class. Again, this was music that was played in class while we were working out. So they're saying for those few seconds, this person basically has rights over my entire video, and they can place ads on it, and any revenue that's generated from the video will be going to that claimant. Of course, I wasn't going to agree to that. The second option was to dispute it if I didn't agree. So, of course, I didn't agree, and I basically filed my dispute on the basis of a fair use provision of U.S. copyright laws. For those of you who are not familiar, basically, there's a fair use provision in U.S. copyright laws that essentially permits certain use, it's limited use, but certain use of material without violating the original person or the original owner's copyrights. And our use of this sound in class for workout, as we normally do, is totally covered and within the provisions of, or covered by this provision of fair use under the U.S. copyright laws. But in any event, I've basically filed a dispute, and what YouTube does is they essentially forward that, whatever my my response to the claim is, they'll forward it to the person who made the claim. So the person who made the claim now looks at what I've said, and then they decide whether they agree or not. Of course, they're not going to agree, because there is no incentive for them to just not claim it. You have a video that within a few days was almost netting about 200,000 views. Clearly, they want to generate money off of it. So they said no, expectedly. YouTube notified me of that. And at that point, they advised me, sent in their email. They said, hey, you have a couple of options. One option is to retract your dispute, right? Retract your dispute, take back the dispute, and things will go back to how they were, which means that, again, this claimant will be able to basically place ad materials on my video and, generate revenue, and all of the revenues generated from those ads will be going to this person or this people. Alternatively, I could wait for 7 days, and after 7 days, the video would be taken down. at which point I'll be able to file what's called a counter notification. So of course I was quite confident. I am quite confident in U.S. copyright laws, a provision of fair use in the U.S. copyright law that protects my use of this material. So I said no. I was just going to wait it out. The 7 days was supposed to expire on June 21st. So based on YouTube policy, which is clearly stated, I'm actually going to probably take a break here and post a clip from a YouTube from one of YouTube's videos explaining this whole process. So you just watch that for a few minutes, a few seconds, and then I'll be back.
You have the right to submit a counter notice to YouTube.
Is this done through YouTube?
This is done through YouTube.
Okay.
So the counter notice basically is saying, I would like my video put back up. And so if the claimant is not willing to file a lawsuit, YouTube has to put the video back up. So if you submit a counter notice to YouTube, we will review that counter notice and make sure that it's complete and valid.
Okay.
And then we'll forward it to the claimant.
Okay.
And now we have to wait, again by law, 10 business days, I think that's the number, before we can restore your video. And if they don't provide to us evidence that they have filed a lawsuit, then we will restore the video and take away the strike.
Okay. So as you can see from what's been explained, they'll take down the video, and then I have the opportunity to file a counter notification. Well, for whatever reason, in my case, things didn't quite go that way. On June 21st, I waited till June 21st. Nothing happened. 22nd, 23rd. And then I reached out to YouTube like, hey, I'm trying to file a counter notification on this thing because you have this stamp on my video. And this thing was supposed to, as of June 21st, I should have had the opportunity to file a counter notification, which is my legal right. I reached out to, and I spoke with, I actually chatted with and communicated via email with a number of YouTube representatives, quite a few different people. Interestingly, every one of them had a different explanation or different, opinion of what's going on, which didn't make sense, right? Because, YouTube policy is pretty clear. They could see, they have access to the material. They should see the log or whatever is going on in the background and whatever notes they have there. Eventually, I got one particular representative, I believe his name is Chris, who advised that, during the course of our conversations, he acknowledged that, no, this shouldn't be happening. So he advised that he was going to refer the matter to their internal team. At that point, I wasn't quite sure what he meant by that, but he basically was going to escalate the matter and have the people who I imagine are directly involved to handle it and rectify. So, of course, I figured, okay, this would happen a day or two, maybe 24 hours, 48 hours, Well, that didn't happen. So from that point, for months, week after week, several times a week, I would reach out and contact this representative, trying to find out what's going on. Why am I still not able to file a counter notification? He advised at that point, some point then that, yes, this is, there appears to be some error, like some engineering problems that they were getting on their end. Specifically with my video, and it was saying, look, this has never happened, or this doesn't happen. And again, I'm going to, share screenshots of the email correspondence or some of them with you, so you can see how they were responding to this matter. But he kept advising that the engineering team was looking into it, and as soon as it's resolved, he would let me know. So, even then, I would check pretty much every week with him. Hey, I'm still waiting. Like, why is this taking several weeks? So from June 21st, literally up until November 21st, this was the state of things. So for exactly 5 months, I was waiting for YouTube to get back to me or to allow me to file a counter notice, a counter notification, which is my legal right, right? It's important to understand the role of YouTube in this whole process. YouTube does not make any determination, or should not be making any determination once a defense of a fair use defense is raised, right? The only person that's empowered by law to make a determination of fair use one way or the other is a judge, a U.S. judge in a competent court of law. So essentially, this matter has to go to court. The judge has to look at the matter, and based on certain criteria that they've established, things like, is it commercial, of there being any changes made to the material that'll make it transformative, is it impacting the market of the claimant, the original material, a bunch of things that they consider, and then the judge makes a determination whether or not it actually violates copyright laws. But again, understand that this is a decision that is made by a judge, not by YouTube, not by anybody else. It has to be made by a competent court of law. So the person who's making this claim has 10 days to file a lawsuit in a U.S. court of law, and then notify YouTube, show them the proof of the of that lawsuit, and in that case, the material or the video, in my case, in my video, will stay deleted by YouTube up until this thing is resolved in the court of law. If they do not present that evidence, YouTube is bound by law to repost my video. After the 10 days expires, if they do not present that proof to YouTube, then they have to repost the video. So, like I said, I waited for several months, past the 10 days, obviously, several months, and I couldn't even file this kind of notification, right? I kept going back and forth with YouTube, writing every day, checking up on what's going on. I even reached out to YouTube's legal department several times, really, and they kept sending back, well, this is a copyright issue, you should discuss this with the copyright team. I'm trying to reach everybody, sending just any and everybody that I figured I could reach one way or the other to get them to take a look at this and see what's going on so someone could fix it. Anyway, like I said, finally, November 21st, 2019, I get an email from YouTube now, basically, allowing me to file a counter notification. So the video was officially taken down. A takedown notice was eventually effected, and the video was taken down on November 21st. So as soon as I got it, this was 5 months after, I'm upset and everything, but, I'm just glad at this point that, okay, at least we can move forward. So I go ahead and I, immediately filed the counter notification. So when you file a counter notice, it goes to YouTube. YouTube reviews it to make sure that all the elements, there's certain elements that are required by law to be present in the counter notification. They make sure that all of the element is there, and then their job or responsibility, the legal responsibility and obligation really is to forward that counter notification now to the claimant. So, well, like I said, November 21st, I went ahead and I filed this counter notice. About 4 days later, November 25th, I get an email or a response from YouTube saying, hey, we looked at the counter notification, and, we're not quite sure that the claim that you're making makes the claim that you're making actually fits the reason that you're given, basically saying that they're not sure that my claim of a fair use, or that my claim that I'm covered by the fair use provision of the U.S. copyright law, is accurate, right? That they said in that previous mail, they're like, hey, if you're still sure you want to go ahead with this, understand that this other party can file a lawsuit and all of that, go ahead and fill out the counter notification again. We will forward it to the party, and pretty much it's, you guys will have to hash it out in court, something along those lines. Of course, I said, yeah. I'm not wavering. I'm very confident that my use of this material, this is music again, that we played in class, is fully covered by the U.S. Copyright law, fair use provision of U.S. copyright laws, terms on the education and things like that. So I said, yeah. So I went ahead and I filed the counter notification again. Almost immediately this time, well, 2 days later, I get an email from YouTube now saying, hey, we still don't believe, we don't think, this is the thing, we don't think that, the claim that you're making or the defense that you're providing in this case actually, is actually true or accurate or whatever, that they don't necessarily agree with it. So this time they said they are not going to forward my counter notification or my counter notice to the claimant. Like, how does that even work? How does that make sense? Your job is not to make a determination or judgment on this. This is a legal matter, right? And by law, YouTube, you are supposed to forward this thing to the person making the claim. Now, if they would have come back to say, hey, there's certain elements that are missing, you didn't have the thing filled out properly, and so on and so on, that would be a totally different conversation, right? But in this case, no, that was not it. They're saying, look, we don't think so. And again, I'll share the screenshot of the email here with you so you can see it yourself. They're saying that, no, we don't think that it meets the standard of here for fair use, so we're not going to forward it, and this is the end of the matter, and we're deleting the video. Wow. Okay. Under normal circumstances, if I had the means, I would at this point go ahead and probably initiate a lawsuit. I mean, it's YouTube. They have all this money that I don't. I'm offering these videos for free. I've been very, very particular about not having a ton of advertisements flashing on my videos because I don't want that to interrupt your use and your enjoyment of these videos when I post them. Honestly, it took me a while to even allow any kind of ad at all around the videos, because I didn't want anything that will interrupt or the video while it's playing, or it would affect your use of it. It's supposed to be a workout, it's supposed to flow, but this is something that I do out of my love for what I do and my desire to help people, to make this material, this workout videos or this workout classes that we have, to make them available to a wider audience, people who obviously cannot be in New York, or even those who are in New York who may want to work out on days that we're not having class. Just put it out there. This thing is being offered for free. Nobody's being charged anything for it. It's there for people to use. I do all my filming and recording and editing myself, all of that. So while I'm teaching my class, which is my primary responsibility, the students in my class, try and capture the class and then go and do the editing work and stuff later. Over the years, since I've been doing this, I've gotten better, I think, in editing my videos. And the last video was actually probably my best editing work till date. So I was really proud of it. It was a lot of work to set up. It was a lot of work to go through, and certainly was a ton of work to do the editing. And again, I'm doing all of this myself. I don't have any staff. I don't have a crew that's working this thing with me. It's just me. So you put in all these hours, days really, to work on this material, and then you finally put it out there for people. And then somebody comes, makes a claim on it. They want to reap, basically they want to profit off of your hard work. You say no to it, and then YouTube just basically violates my rights. And that's what it is. YouTube just went ahead and violated, and they're still violating right now my legal rights. Well, I've thought about this long and deep. Um, and honestly, if it can happen to that video, it can happen to any video that I already have or any video I may choose to put out there. And to the extent that YouTube is comfortable violating my rights. Now, you have to understand, I'm not a full-time YouTuber. I mean, much respect to those who do this full-time. I don't. I have a regular job. I do a whole bunch of things. Um, I also don't make, a ton of money really off of YouTube. I mean, it's interesting. I've seen a few videos with, YouTubers or content creators who have way fewer views on their videos that I have. They have way fewer subscribers than I have, and they're making a ton of money. I mean, I saw someone the other day who, literally just has a few videos there. The videos don't have, I mean, they have less than half. I don't want to mention anybody's name, but they have less than half the number of subscribers that we have. They don't have any video that's don't have views that nearly as high, and they gain like 5 times or more than, in terms of ad revenue or money that's being sent to them by YouTube or whatever. I'm not sure how they calculate that or what the algorithm is or who decides what, but it doesn't make a lot of sense to me, right? I have a couple of videos here that are inching towards 2 million views. So you have 2 million views, and imagine you're getting from YouTube like what, $200 from the video. It makes no sense. And you have someone who has a video with not even up to 100 or a couple of hundred of thousands of views on their video, and half the subscriber count that you have, and they're talking about getting thousands, a couple of thousands or whatever from YouTube monthly. That doesn't make sense. But I've never really stressed that issue because, again, my primary desire here is to make these videos available to you guys. But what I cannot do is to have my material out here, put in all this work, and then have somebody else profiting off of it. So I'm saying all of this to let you know that I have decided to take down all my videos, particularly my full-length videos on YouTube. I'm going to try and find another avenue, possibly another platform that will allow me to make these videos available to you without all this illegal stuff where my rights will not be violated the way YouTube is violating my right. Even when I'm able to find that, I will be delighted to make these videos available to you again. In the meantime, I would really love to stay in contact with you. So you can follow me on Instagram, and I'm gonna post my name there. I've already posted my Instagram handle a number of times, but I'll post it again in this video. You can follow me on Instagram, FemiFitnessnyc on Instagram, and you can also just link me up. Join my page or like my page on Facebook. It's Femi Fitness on Facebook. I know that Instagram now allows videos longer than like the 60-second. So I don't know if that's one. They have IGTV now, which allows you to post longer videos. So I don't know if that's an avenue to kind of explore to see if I can move the videos there. I know that because Instagram is basically on your phone, it's probably not going to be as convenient for you to work out to the videos using your phone. But that being said, that's certainly one consideration. I'll look to see if there are other platforms also where you can upload these videos and then you get an opportunity to still have access to them there. But until YouTube figures out, somehow fixes this, I will not be posting any new full-length videos on YouTube, which I already made clear anyway. I made a post on this, I think, earlier in the year to explain what was going on, although I didn't go into as much detail as I'm doing now. But until there's a reversal and they actually stop violating my rights and do the right thing, I'm going to have to take down all the videos. So I am really, truly, deeply, very, very, very sorry, and it really hurts my heart. I had a lot of plans. I had videos that I was thinking of working on to make available to you guys. Um, Over the years that I've been on YouTube, you guys have been my fitness family. I am very committed to you, my relationship with you. As I imagine many of you can and will testify, I try to respond to every comment. I certainly read every comment, pretty much all of them, and I try to respond to everybody. And your progress is my joy. It's my pride to know that in some little way I've been a part of your fitness goal, of your health goals, wherever you may be in the face of the earth, from Europe to Asia to Africa, here in America, wherever, everywhere, Australia, it's really been so much joy for me. But at this point, I have no choice but to now make this decision and take this stand. I ask you though to please share this video, because I'm not sure what YouTube is going to do with this. But I ask you to please share this video as much as possible, and hopefully get the word out there. I'm also hoping that perhaps somebody further up in the chain of command in YouTube will see this, and they'll take a second look at what's going on, and they'll address this wrong, because it is wrong. It is wrong. YouTube, you are violating my rights, and this is wrong. It is not legal. It is wrong. I mean, I don't have a gazillion amount of subscribers, but I mean, we're close to about 100,000 subscribers now, that I really appreciate and I'm very thankful for. Thank you guys for your support. I really do appreciate it. So if you can do this to someone, well, it's 100,000. It's not as nearly as many as the people who have millions and millions of subscribers on YouTube. But if you can do this to me, then I can only imagine what will happen to the person who doesn't have nearly as many subscribers, and they don't necessarily have a voice either. I'm not even sure I have any voice now, even with this. But I'm doing this video again to let you guys know, my friends, my subscribers, this is what's been going on. And, some of you, many of you have asked me, during the course of the months, like several months really, like, hey, what happened to the video? Some of you have cussed me out. Some of you have been very disrespectful about it. And I've tried to explain to everyone that, hey, this is, even though I didn't want to go into details, all of this was going on in the background, but I explained that, things were being worked out in the background. As soon as that was taken care of, I would have the video back up. That was my hope. The video is useless to me on my own. I mean, it's only but so many times I can watch myself, jumping or screaming or teaching a class. So again, the reason why the video is there was for you. That it is. I didn't go through all that work, put in all those hours editing the video just to take it, to remove it. Or to make it inaccessible to you. No. So clearly, if it's not up there, it's because there's something going on in the background. And I try to explain this to people. But anyway, this is what I've been dealing with. For 5 months, like I said, my whole thing was left in limbo. Very, very wrong. That's absolutely illegal, because 7 days after from when they sent the notice back in June, they should have taken the necessary steps to make the counter notification option available to me. And from June 21st to November 21st, that did not happen. They said they had engineering problems. I'm not even sure what that means, 21 for 5 months, I couldn't do anything about it. And then when they finally decide to, after much screaming and everything, to let me file a counter notification, it seemed as though they were just waiting for me to file the thing, go through the motions, and then they were going to come right back and just do what they went ahead to do, which is grossly illegal. a complete violation of my rights, complete violation of U.S. copyright law that protects me, the fair use provision of that law that protects my use of the material. But this is YouTube. This is what YouTube is doing. And until someone from YouTube comes out and says, no, we this is not how we roll, or this is not what we're supposed to do, then that's just what it is. So anyway, my friends, I have said a lot. I hope you listen to this to the end. I am so sorry. I have struggled with this decision for a while. I struggled with it for months, really, because this is something I've been battling with from back in June, when this whole thing went down. When in June, July, August, September, October, it just didn't seem like there was any traction. There was no movement. But finally, with everything that went down in November, even after that, I reached out to the legal team again. I reached out to the copyright team, and nobody was just going to do anything about it. Basically, I was just getting like a copy and paste response from them. So I'm sorry, but this is what it has come to. Again, if YouTube does the right thing and they reverse this violation of my rights, I'll be more than delighted to put all the videos back and then post the new videos and stuff that I've been working on, and we can continue this. But until that happens, I'm so sorry, my friends. I have to take down my videos, and please join me on Instagram. I will be posting videos there. I already do. So again, follow me on Instagram. It's FemiFitnessnyc on Instagram, and the name will be up there on the screen. And then and also on Facebook. So that's where I will be. I guess that's where I'm gonna be for now, until I find some other way to make these videos available to you. So you're able to stream the videos like you've been streaming them on YouTube. Anyway, I've said a lot. I've said too much. Thank you for your anticipated understanding. This is very heartbreaking to me. I hope you can feel my heart and see my sincerity in this. This is not a decision that I've come to lightly, and it's not one that I'm happy about at all. But I thank you for your support. You have been the strong force that have kept me going. You are the reason why I've been making these videos. And for all of you that found the videos useful, it gives me great joy and fulfillment to know that in some little way I have been a part of your fitness journey. Until we meet again, whether here or some other place, thank you. God bless. And I am truly sorry. This is Femi Fitness signing out.